All right. All right. All right, let's get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is the market wrap for March 26, 2021. Last day of the open house. So big thanks to all the counselors and the regular room members for making it a nice, smooth week there. Thanks for all the people who tried out the room for the first time, came to trade with us, and hopefully you had a pretty good week. Nice, profitable week. So we'll go over the plays, but as you've seen, it's been pretty rewarding week to trade this week. So we'll start with the market, and then we'll get into today's plays. Starting with the Qs here, Q's gonna end up 1.5%. We talked about coming into today, what we need to see is a sell setup, right? And if this sell setup can get follow through, this is the earliest, kind of most aggressive point to start being bearish, okay? Is anticipating that this lower high will get follow through. All right. And so we were saying that if that fails, likely going to be back into some more choppiness for the Qs, but the SPY, which has stayed pretty bullish, is just going to continue. Now it's going to get follow through on the weekly uptrend, on the daily pullback, right? That was the thing that was the big, I think I called it whatever, wrench into the works, is that the Qs, while they were looking to try and downtrend on the smaller time frames, SPY really is still in an uptrend and still pretty bullish. Okay, so going into Monday, SPY is going to be bullish. Qs is going to be neutral because we still have this daily. I haven't checked the IWM, so we'll check that before we finish up here. IWM is going to be into resistance, so neutral on the Qs there. Can't maintain the hourly downtrend, so we got conflicting time frames there. And then I don't know if IWM is going to serve as any kind of tiebreaker. Not really. It's pretty neutral there. Okay, so SPY remains the most bullish, and then Qs failing on that sell setup, so it's not bearish anymore. So there you go. So going into Monday, neutral to bullish. If the Qs start to show some relative strength, that will kind of fix the issue between the different Qs and SPY, because then they'll both be in decent uptrends. So we'll see if we get that next week. But going into Monday, going to be bullish on the SPY, neutral on the Qs. Okay, it's just because lately we've been getting a different picture on these. All right. All right, let's go over today's plays. I'm only going to go over a couple, but if you were in the room, you know that there were actually a lot of plays, like plays on the GSX, the VIAC, but because they weren't called by me, I'll leave them for Sammy to go over. Okay, so I'm just going to go over primarily the things that I put out. So the NAT was a pretty basic play here, just a 2-minute base breakout here. Okay, on a decent pro gap up. Okay, and that's what I've been stressing this week, especially because I see a lot of people with kind of putting out ideas, and the ideas kind of seem completely different than their other ideas. Like I can't kind of draw the underlying theme or thread between, you know, the ideas. Like one thing looks like a all-out downtrend, and they're trying to play it short. Another thing looks like an all-out downtrend, they're trying to play it long, and they're not that different. And so there's kind of just seems like a little bit of guessing going on. And what I've been trying to stress in the market wrap, and especially in the room, is that if you take something like this NAT, right, which is a pro gap up, and let's just say we compare it to yesterday's play on the OI. Okay, OI was played as a 2-minute breakout right here at the highs on a pro gap up. I think actually the NAT looks more like the LIVX. LIVX. Here, we'll take a look at the LIVX on the day that we played it, right in here. Base and then breakout. And then here's the NAT. Okay, after a pullback, does a base and then does a breakout. Okay, pullback, base, and then breakout. This I highlighted here that never took out the stop, did go back to break even. So hopefully no one kind of got worried and got shaken out of there and missed the target there. So that there is a structured play here right? There's a design to the play. It's not just kind of a hunch or a hope or a guess kind of thing where that's the basis for the play. So that was the Nat bullish, and then high of the day base breakout, right? The bullishness comes from, this is a bullish gap, was clearing resistance, right? First target was into the topping tail, right? And then beyond, just manage. Okay, so if you were in the room, you know, I managed the Nat out of it, and when it like broke 4, I said it's probably done because the volume came in. So that was like the final target, right? Volume came in, probably means that the top is in also. Okay, and then the EDU, had a pretty decent drop there and then transitioned out of the move lower. So the first one here is the one that was the transition on a large cap down. Got a little bit of the climactic look there. Let's take a look at the 1 minute here, and got a really tight base. So this actually could have done either way. It's usually not my type of thing to say, okay, we can do something either way, but it was such a tight base. And then you can see that the daily had gotten a little bit novice. Multiple bars down, extended away from the 20 MA, okay? So this is a less common of a trade for me, definitely on something like this, to play novice gaps, okay? But this is within my trading plan to do. Novice gap, and then you get some kind of failure pattern, which it tried to go lower there, and then the next entry can play. Eventually did go climactic. I did not catch the climactic, though, off here or anything, yeah, like that. So that actually would have worked even better, I guess, if you didn't get shaken out. But as a climactic, I did not play. Okay. All right. So that's going to do it for today's market wrap. That's going to finish up the week. Once again, thanks for all who attended. Thanks to the room members and the counselors. I thought it was a pretty good week. Hopefully a lot of people got to kind of see how the room is. And I get it. It doesn't necessarily, you know, it's not for everyone. Some people are swing traders, so the swing trading room is more for you. You know, the day trading room is not really going to be to your benefit. But for those that were there, thanks for checking it out. Hope everyone has a good weekend. We'll be back at it on Monday, and I will talk to you then. Have a good weekend.